Hello everyone and welcome to another episode. I bet it's going to be an interesting one, and I hope it will be an interesting one because we have to check and review a thermal printer from the past, from 1980, made by Hewlett-Packard for the 41C scientific calculator. Back then, this is the cable that goes on the back of the calculator. We shall have the chance to test the printer later over this episode. 82143A peripheral printer looks like it is in great condition, but it comes with no power, and as you can imagine, there's a couple of batteries. There's a battery pack inside, but after 40 years or so, of course it doesn't work, and if you ask me, it cannot be recharged. So for starters, the 2 points that are very important to check is how it looks mechanically, the buttons and the paper feed once we have power, and if we have a leakage over the battery compartment and around it, and clean it and go from there. Another good thing is that we do have half a roll of paper to test it with, hopefully. And overall it looks intact, great condition indeed, but yeah, I'm not saying anything until we power it up and check further. I have read some articles about this printer over the internet, and it's notorious for failing over the the paper feed mechanism, so I'm just hoping that it will be working on this one. Another thing is that there is no self-diagnostic such kind of program embedded, so it can test itself, start printing, let's say, all characters or something. So we have to come up with whatever comes on the screen of the 41C calculator. It goes immediately onto the paper. On the back, the bottom part, we can see the battery compartment, and on the back we can see a couple of contacts which are kind of big and promising for further experimentation. And the good thing is that is AC powered, which means no polarity. This hinge on the side, I don't know what it does. Probably it's a carrying around the device. So yeah, we can feed AC power, and the circuit inside can charge the batteries, rectifies the AC current, and make it work, hopefully. And at this point we want to be cautious, because what I'm planning to do is to remove the battery pack and check the batteries, how they are marked, the voltage and milliamps and everything. Here is the original battery pack. The good thing is there's no leakage whatsoever. The trademark here, the logo, has 3 triangles creating a bigger triangle, which is the trademark, the logo for Matsushita Electric. So that means these are Japanese batteries, and you know how I feel and what I think. That's why there is no leakage after 40 years, and they're probably out of order, but we'll try to power up the device with an external transformer, providing AC power only. That's what we need, and check if we have the slightest chance to get them working, even for a while, very short period of time. But then again, it would be really something to see them, the batteries are working after 41 years or so. And I am really impressed how clean the contacts here are on the battery pack, which goes into the compartment, gets in contact with those poles on the device side, and provides the power. and the whole compartment, the cover, and the whole thing is so clean, you wouldn't believe. So it's like brand new. That's amazing. Leakage is something that absolutely we can face after 5 years or so, and not in this case after 40. So let's see if we can really have any chance to charge them, even for a little while, and check the overall operation of the device, as it looks like it was barely used. This is the contact cable. 6 points of contact goes on to the 41C calculator. No rust, no dust, nothing. It's like brand new, practically new. So I feel very optimistic about this experiment today. This device might work after all. Even for a little while, all we need is to bring something on the screen on the side of the calculator. Then if we have any power over the batteries, then we can print. So let's take the measurement. Although it's more than obvious that it's going to be 0 volts in this battery pack, and apparently it is. It's only natural after all these years, but I have to do the steps the right way. So there is no indication of life over these batteries. This pack can still have maybe a chance to get some power for a little while. We have to find the transformer I was looking for, around 5 volts or a bit more, so we can leave it in charge state for 8, 10 or more hours, and see what are the odds we can get some power out of it by the end of the day, or to be exact, it will be tomorrow that I can conduct some tests. So let me take a look around the lab and try to locate some old transformer or power of source to get AC power again. Make the connection on the back of the printer and check if it is capable of getting some power and charge this battery pack after all. I am pretty sure that if we look out in the market, we can get suitable batteries to replace those batteries, or there might be the whole package sold. But in any case, I don't know yet. I haven't looked over the internet for this. So 2 points to for charging the batteries on the back of the machine, right here. So we can try with the transformer, and again, there is no polarity because it's going to be AC. So that makes things easier for us, and I'm really counting on the device's looks, which looks absolutely great. So I believe, yeah, we still have chances. It's a great piece of hardware from the 80s, 1980 to be precise, and it would be so thrilling to see this device working after so many years, and I'm looking forward to this, to bringing it back to life. So I have this little transformer found in my spares, marked as 600 milliamps only, but this might take a little bit longer to charge the batteries, if there is a chance for those batteries to get charged. But we have the right voltage, so it's 5.9, 5.8 volts without load, AC, and we have chances. We might want to try at this point. Black is negative, white is positive. Let's put it on the back of the device, and we should have right here, and then we should have at least an indication of some LEDs blinking, coming up or something. So there might be an indication immediately if the whole circuit gets the power the right way, rectifies the power, and delivers the power onto the battery pack. And then we should wait for several hours, but then again we might have chances to bring back the old batteries and this old guy, and hopefully it should be working, and I'll be, yeah, as I said, thrilled. And so the moment of truth, I have connected loosely um, the cables inside the contacts. I can feel it's a bit warm already, and yeah, the power LED comes up, which feels great and looks great and very promising. So we have power getting into the printer, and I think I need to find a better way or a smarter way to make a contact for those two contacts. And what I got is, what crossed my mind is pin headers. So I got those pin headers, 5 pin headers. I have removed those 3 in the middle. Only the far left and the far right was just about right to get inside those contacts, and it should do the job. So it will be like this, and it's firmly into place, which makes me feel better. It will be firmly in there. It should provide 5 volts from the bit of shrink, and should provide 5 volts AC onto the printer. And then all we should do is to wait a bit and see if we have any chances to get it charged. And so here is the final product, how it looks. The pin headers with a couple of cables from the transformer. I found this silly funny box to put the transformer inside, and the other side goes to 220 mains plug, and I think it looks good after all. Just pin headers, but the right distance, the right space between them, and that will be all. Keep them firmly into place. And so here is the box. It doesn't look that bad. It's just a box with a transformer inside, and here is the connection made firmly enough into place so we can power up the printer. And if we power it on, we can see the power LED coming up, which means there is power after all. I don't know if it is charging just yet. And the battery LED is on, which means that the detection of the battery indicates that the battery is low for the moment. So let's take advantage of the waiting time. Let's check the 41C calculator, which is in perfect working order here. While this printer is it has sign of life, and that was something I was thinking of. The paper advance works. The paper feed actually works. We might have to put the intensity button on the far right for darkest image quality of printouts. On the back of the calculator we can find 2 bays. The upper part of the bay should be switch it off. The one to hold the cable, it's not this way, it should be the other way around. So let me do it properly and try to put the cable firmly on the back of the upper part of the calculator like this. I still don't know what the other couple of slots are for. So we have to switch to numeric, like this, and what we get on the screen is numeric, of course. Then we can go alpha using this button over here. So alpha turns everything to letters, a random text at this point, just for the sake of the test, and yeah, then back to numeric again, and then alpha back again. And what it is on the manual is like, it's moving. Hitting print should print whatever is on the screen. Let's paper advance a bit. Yeah, we got the, well, it's faint, but it's the text. Yeah, absolutely works. I can understand that we should go darker using the intensity selector, but that's what we have on the calculator, printed on the paper. And then I believe we should get a new ribbon. Ink should be refreshed somehow or renewed somehow. I don't know how this works. Let me go to trace and select normal and try to do the same experiment again. So print, it does something, but the head doesn't move actually. Oh no, it moves, but then yeah, it's normal trace at this point. So we have second, third attempt. Yeah, it seems to be working fine, except we need a new ribbon, so we can have the ink right. After all these 40 years, looks natural to me and reasonable thing to do, to change the ribbon, if there is a ribbon or some kind of ink cartridge in there, I don't know. So I think I'm going to be providing the new homebrew power supply to the owner and tell him that we need to get a new ribbon or whatever, and that the batteries are working fine for a while. Still, all this time the battery indication says that the battery is low, but everything works for several minutes, and so I'm happy, and yeah, that was all for the day. I can call it a wrap. It feels great always, every time that we are bringing back to life devices and pieces of hardware like this one from the past. And I want to thank you guys at this point again for watching. Thank you very much for watching. Consider subscribing if you haven't done that already. I'll be catching you soon, I hope. There is time available with another video, demo, review or repair. Thanks. Bye.